Happy Christmas. I'm Jake.
I'm Marlin. Happy holidays.
AKA Gee. And today we're going to be reacting to the honest trailer for the 2017 Wonder Woman movie, because the new one, Wonder Woman 1984, comes out today after many delays due to COVID-19. We were actually planning to see 1984 in the theaters before everything went to shit, and I'm not sure when we're going to see it, because even though some theaters are still open, and I think you as well, don't feel comfortable going to a movie theater right now.
Not as yet.
And an interesting move, 1984 is being released both in theaters today, as well as on HBO Max, the streaming service. A move that has kind of rocked the industry in some not so positive ways. I'll get into that later. But anyway, I thought a good tie-in would be to watch the honest trailer for the original, which we both really enjoyed.
I did.
So, without further ado, let's watch.
Today's episode is brought to you by M&M's Caramel Chocolate Candies. From the studio, known for confusing length with depth, complexity with intelligence, and self-absorbed downers with heroism, the DCEU pulls off its biggest success yet by not doing those things. Wonder Woman. After Supergirl, Catwoman, and Elektra, studios doubted a female-led superhero movie could succeed. Now, Patty Jenkins bravely asks the question, what if a female-led superhero movie wasn't absolute garbage from beginning to end, and had a powerful message for girls? Save the world, look flawless doing it, be a literal god, then men might begrudgingly have tolerate your presence.
So, if this woman can read it, we should hear what she has to say.
Yes, very well. Woohoo! Progress! Settle in for an origin story about the Greek gods. Inside an origin story for Wonder Woman. Inside an origin story for World War II.
The armistice is of paramount importance.
And visit Themyscira, Themyscira, Themisia, visit
Twister.
Xena, Warrior Island. A society of women trained from birth to cover for Gal Gadot's accent.
In the event of an invasion.
This belonged to the greatest warrior in our history.
You need to tell us now.
Yes, but Ares is behind that corruption.
These Amazons have been preparing their whole lives to fight the god of war, Ares. And you can bet that when war reaches their shores, they'll get wrecked by German teams with bolt-action rifles.
Well, bullets beat arrows.
Maybe send out a scout once every 500 years, or at least deploy some of your invisible jets. I know you have them. Meet Diana, a girl never actually referred to as Wonder Woman. She's the hero the DCEU doesn't deserve, but sure as hell needs right now. She's optimistic, confident, iron-willed, vulnerable, uncompromising, and just so hot. I can say that, right? I mean, I don't want to come off like James Cameron, because it's definitely not the only thing she's got going for. But damn, she's stronger, faster, and smarter than the men around her. But every superhero has a kryptonite, and hers is not knowing jack about anything.
War. What war?
It's a watch, tells time.
What for?
Why are they holding hands? What do these women wear into battle? Does the average man not sleep?
What is a secretary? At the front?
Wait, front of what? Marriage?
You speak 100 languages. You know what marriage means. Experience this groundbreaking superhero movie, but not so groundbreaking that they didn't put one of the bankable Hollywood Chris's in it. Chris Pine surprises and delights in a performance that gives him his first lead in the Great Hollywood Chris-Off. But he's more than just eye candy. He's Diana's emotional support, a voice of caution, and a love interest in constant need of rescue. Hey, they gave him the role women always have to play against the male superheroes, didn't they? I see what you did there. In a film with two grounded, complex leads, cringe at villains pulled from a different, much campier movie.
They were fun.
Want help?
They don't know that.
that seems to forget the Germans in World War I were not the Nazis.
One of the good guys, and those are the bad guys.
Seriously expects us to buy this human milk thistle as the god of war, and implies that Wonder Woman kept her head down for all of Hitler and Stalin. But did suit up the moment Lex Luthor made a Ninja Turtle. You know what? I'm sorry for even bringing P.P.S. into this. Let's just let this one stand on its own. So get ready for a film about balancing the good and bad in all of us, that contains good and bad within itself, in this flawed but important movie that's no less important for having flaws. Is it an inspirational, well-made film that finally gives women a superhero to be proud of? Yes. Does it end with a lightning hands mustache man yelling video game level dialogue?
And I believe in love.
Then I will destroy you!
Also yes. Starring Amazon Prime, Want to Touch the Piney, also the Queen and Gladiator, Princess Cutter Up.
Oh, party boy. Would you, apologies.
A drunk Scotsman, a sneaky Frenchman, a wise old Indian guide. What are these guys? The Howland stereotypes? Pam Beasley. Dawn Tinsley. Dun, 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 dun. And Snyder Vision. A Justice League of her own.
Maybe you're better off without me, yeah?
No, Charlie. Who will sing for us?
Your friend clearly has PTSD.
Don't go in there!
Let him go home. Thanks again to M&M's Caramel Chocolate Candies for sponsoring today's episode. Could this voice be any more epic? I've written so many comments, but none of them have made it. Hey, no, you're an all-star. I'm Pennywise, the dancing clone. B-A-B-Y, baby.
So what'd you think of that honest trailer?
Well, I think they were very honest about it. It was flawed. She is the dominant force. She's not, doesn't need anybody's help. She just needs to have somebody keeping her current throughout. And she was spectacular in how they used her. And she had the vision and the speech pattern that carried the character.
First, Wonder Woman, like everybody in Batman v Superman, and my thought was, I don't really have much of an opinion, but so I wasn't sure what to expect when I saw the movie. But the Wonder Woman 2017 movie quickly became my favorite of the DC superhero movies. It's the, like, Man of Steel I love, but it had its problems, and Wonder Woman, well, it does have a few flaws. Wasn't enough to distract me from the fact that it's a awesome movie.
Well, compared to some of the others, you would say, well, it's almost flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pretty much saved this franchise from just going into utter crap.
Yeah, and so the I don't know if it's the actress or the director or whatever they had, but the actress really is the center of this thing, and she pulls it off. And
Gal Gadot is a very kick-ass Wonder Woman.
Yes, she's very good.
And Patty Jenkins, the director, she's a very good director, even though she hasn't really directed that many movies. Her first very well-known film, I believe, was Monster with Charlize Theron, which is a great film, just a wonderful crime thriller. And then she took kind of a 10-year break from doing most movie things. I think she had a kid and wanted to deal with that. But she came back, and she came back hard with Wonder Woman.
Yes. It was just a well done. It kept moving. It had a storyline. It wasn't just all action. Plenty of action, too.
Yeah. As he said, it showed that a female-led superhero movie could be good, but they didn't beat you over the head with its message or whatever.
And the trailer, the honest trailer, these guys were very good as usual, and because we've seen the movie, it was fun how they mixed up some of the shots back and forth, and just giving you taste, but not necessarily taking you through the story.
And they were very fair. Like, they didn't bash it too hard because there really aren't that many problems with it. Just a few here and there moments.
Kind of dashed all the other DC films.
Not doing any of that shit. And the only thing I could think of in the movie that I didn't really care for was the secretary woman. She was a little annoying, but otherwise, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I don't necessarily agree with them criticizing the villain, where it's revealed that the British guy is the villain. Because, yeah, his personality doesn't match up to what we see later, but I think that's part of what makes the surprise all that better. And I did think he was, well, a little hammy in the dialogue. He did come off as threatening near the end.
Quite, yes, quite.
And as for the funny names at the end with the starring, Amazon Prime, that was good. And
Clever.
And I like the little run through of an old wise Indian, a drunk Scotsman. What is this? Alan stereotypes. And, of course, the title, A Justice League of Her Own.
Yes.
Perfect. Just perfect. And the comments at the end where he reads through them. Could the voice get any more epic? No. No, it can't. John Bailey is as epic as can be.
Yes. He is the voice.
And the last thing I'll say is, yeah, like I said earlier, we're not going to go see the new Wonder Woman movie, at least yet. I think I might wait till it comes out on DVD or whatever, just because I don't feel comfortable. As much as I love going to the cinema, I just don't feel comfortable doing that right now.
Not right now, no. And a lot of it depends on how the vaccines work, how fast.
And I know it's on HBO Max, but we don't have that, and it looks like we'll just be waiting for it to come out on DVD. And last thing I'll say about HBO is it was announced that Wonder Woman and many other movies are going to be from Warner Brothers are going to be released on both HBO Max and in theaters on the same day, to see how that works, see if it could be a new way they release movies in the future. Some people in the industry are not particularly happy about this. Want to know why?
Tell me.
Well, some of the filmmakers, actors were not aware that the studio made this deal with HBO Max until after it was announced. And some of these people had deals, like with money, like how much they would get from like the theater run. And some of the films, they said, like Dune, apparently depend on how much they bring in at the box office as to whether or not there'll be sequels. So it's kind of getting people nervous and annoyed at the moment.
Yeah, I can understand it from a business point of view. On the other hand, they will not get accused of enticing people to come into the theaters too early and spread virus.
Yep, don't want to...
Yes. I mean, it's...
Don't want to repeat the tenant pressure situation.
Yeah, and of course, I don't have any of my income dependent on box office income.
Well, either way, here's hoping the new movie is good, and whenever we see it, I look forward to it very much.
Indeed.
Have a nice, hopefully safe holiday.
Happy holidays.